Hi everyone, welcome back. Today's video is going to be a first impressions and time trial on the new Revlon Colorstay full cover foundation. I'm excited to be trying this because I really like Revlon's Colorstay in the liquid format that now thankfully comes with a pump top. It used to come in like this bottle that you just kind of spilled onto your hand, but now it has a pump top. But anything in the Colorstay formula, I'm always really excited to try, so I really hope the full cover one is going to work out for me, especially because it comes in a squeezy tube bottle. I really like squeezy tube bottles for travel because they're much easier to throw in your makeup bag without it spilling or the glass bottle breaking, so I'm really hopeful about this. I've got two colors right here, and I think this one's going to be too dark. This is 320 True Beige, and this one is 200 Nude. I do seem to be about 200 Nude in the liquid Colorstay right now, so I'm hopeful that this one is an exact color match for that. Now, as for my skin, we are at the end of summer here in Toronto, so I do have a little bit of a tan on my face. I will say though that I generally fall into the MAC NWNC20 range. I personally prefer a neutral foundation. I don't like something that's too pink and I don't like something that's too yellow, so I want something right in the middle. I would say that I generally have pretty normal skin. I go a little bit dry in the winter and a little bit oily in the summer. Let's dive straight into application. I'm going to be using a damp Real Techniques Miracle Complexion Sponge, and I don't have primer on my face. I only moisturized this morning. Revlon says that their Colorstay full cover foundation has a full coverage matte finish and lasts up to 24 hours. Comfortable wear that moves with your skin, won't cake you up or weight you down, easy to apply and blends seamlessly. They also have 16 shades available on their website. Okay, that's the foundation applied. I would not call this a full cover foundation unless I applied 2 coats. I don't like to apply a lot of foundation personally, so I've only put 1 coat on my face, but I can still see quite a few freckles still showing through, so I would definitely not call this full coverage. I would say that this is a medium coverage foundation. It would potentially layer to full coverage, but 1 coat as is really only medium coverage. And honestly, medium coverage may be leaning towards sheer because I'm surprised at how much I can see here. I like my freckles, so I'm not that bothered, but if it says full coverage, I expect it to cover absolutely everything on my face. Application was seamless. I like the color tone. I think, well, it's a little bit dark there. It's hard in the summer because my neck never tans nearly as much as my face does, but I try to get them to match, and that's not always the easiest thing to do. So just gonna drag this down a little bit. Application was fine. I thought it was relatively easy to apply, but this actually is quite a thick formula. So it comes out as like a moussey, thick whipped cream. So that's a little bit more firm to push into your skin. That being said, I think it sunk in just fine. So I'm gonna go put the rest of my makeup on and I will be right back. So that's my makeup done. I do like the finish of it, the foundation I mean. Everything seemed to go on my face smoothly. The only thing I will point out is that it's not quite totally dried down. I feel like it's still a little bit tacky on my skin. I never feel like mousse formula foundations really dry down on my skin. Anyway, I have to head to work. I do not have a phone to show you right now with the time because mine is completely broken, but my computer says it is 8:10 a.m. So I'm gonna head to work, I won't touch up, and I will be back around 5 o'clock tonight to let you know my thoughts about this foundation. All right, it's the end of the day. I'm back. It's 4:50 p.m. and let's take a closer look at my face. Well, I'm gonna take a closer look at my face. I mean, I have to say, I haven't been this not shiny after work in a really long time. And some of that is because the weather has dropped. Finally, the temperature is not nearly as warm as it was throughout the summer months. So I'm not nearly as sweaty and dewy as I could potentially be, partially from the heat. But I do have to attribute the fact that I am quite matte to this foundation quite a bit. Revlon Colorstay for me is one of those products that I can always rely on. They make some of the best foundations on the market, and this one is very, very good. But I have to point out that my face is so itchy right now. I regularly get an itchy face from wearing foundation, and some foundations don't cause it, but most do. This one makes me kind of want to scratch my face a little bit, so that is a little bit annoying. I wish I could have this kind of finish and this kind of matteness in a super comfortable formula. There's very few out there that will do that. However, I really like how this looks. Like, my face makeup doesn't really look any different to me compared to how it looked this morning when I left for work. The number one thing I need to point out though is that this is not a full coverage foundation. I know it is labeled as such, but for me, unless I built it up, 1 layer was really only medium coverage. That being said, I don't like a full coverage foundation, so this kind of worked out in my favor because it is more medium. I want to say medium, slightly leaning sheer, because I can see my freckles through the foundation, but I like that. So for me, this is a really good foundation, aside from the itchiness factor, which I don't think most people experience. This seems to be like a me thing. This is a good foundation because it's medium, leaning slightly sheer, and it's like I'm pretty much matte at the end of the day. If you are looking for a full cover foundation, you might struggle a little bit with this one unless you layer up. For me, I don't like layering my foundation. I want to put on one coat and that's it. Also, one thing that is super impressive for me about this foundation is that I don't have any bunching in my forehead lines. I raise my eyebrows a lot, and you see those lines, they usually form crease marks with the foundation. I don't have any of that. I have a little bit of gathering around my nostrils, but that's not unexpected. I've been sick for like a week and a half, so I've kind of been like itching my nose a little bit every now and then. So I'm impressed that more hasn't come off. That's like, it's a little bit red, but that's not too bad. So at the end of the day, despite the itchiness in my skin, the Revlon Colorstay Full Cover Foundation is a winner for me. I especially like that it's in the squeezy tube, and I will definitely continue to use this. I think it's going to become primarily a travel foundation for me because of the bottle and because I know I can rely on it on my skin. I like to bring something on vacation with me that I know is going to operate and like not break down or even break in travel. So that's it for this review. Let me know if you've tried out this foundation, and I will catch you next time. Bye!